Stop.
They are leading with that. Men lead with that. I'm being hella vulnerable right now and telling you this, and then they'll tell you some shit.
And a dude couldn't give y'all the game if he put $1 million cash with it. I'm literally giving y'all the answer, telling you how niggas be, and listen to y'all. I'm telling you. You fight me, I'm telling you. Y'all ain't even dealing with me. I'm giving you the answer to the nigga that won't tell you. And listen, y'all asking for the truth for how? Y'all don't even want this shit.
The truth is they want to fuck other bitches.
I'm literally giving you the answer to the nigga that you're wondering why, how could he, why he capping. I'm giving you the answer, the conversation he wouldn't give you. And look, so y'all tell me y'all give a nigga a platform to be honest. How? When a nigga you ain't even dating can't tell you the truth. How the fuck can one that you involved with can? All right, we're recording.
And we are live.
Let's go. Yo, Sue's back. Fuck it, let's just dive right in.
MISCINFORMED.
Bing bong. We live, fellas. Y'all know what it is. All right, we're back. We took a small little refresh, a couple bites of brownie. It's been days. A couple glasses of red wine, a couple of larcenies and cokes. And whatever. We've been stuck on one question. Look, man, I don't know. I was just letting them do what they gonna do, and they did it. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. The chop ups are gonna be crazy. I definitely got their hands on the Glock in here. Where's the reload button? Let's see, where's the reload button here?
He's gonna edit all this out.
Yeah. So that has been the ladies on this side. So what was the question? Do y'all remember?
Can we move on to the next one?
Oh my God. You don't remember? Do you remember the question? No.
I mean,
yes.
There were a couple more than just one.
Do you remember?
Do you feel like you're preparing yourself to be single?
Do you remember
Why
the question?
Why are you single?
Do you remember the question?
No.
Okay. Do you remember the question?
The last one, heck no, after that.
Do you remember the question? Mike?
I think.
Mike?
I think.
What did you think it is?
Well, it was, what is a high value man?
Yeah, it was something
that was the question.
Okay.
And everything stemmed from there.
I didn't laugh. That was your homegirl.
I wasn't
Look at her.
I wasn't saying you laughed.
Oh, okay. Just make sure y'all energy is consistent across the board. It needs to be a little different when it's on me. So what I said was a high value woman is, I said, the one that can lock down a high value man. They beg to differ, right? Y'all didn't agree with that? Or did y'all? I actually don't know. Did y'all agree with that? I know y'all fighting, but I don't know what for. Did you agree that a high value woman can be, I don't know, is validated by being with a high value man?
I do.
Lauren.
Yeah.
You said yes? Get to the mic. They can't hear you. There you go. You said yes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
How did we get here? And they literally answered.
I'm so happy I'm sitting.
The way I'm going to chop this shit up, bro. Literally all said yes, Brian. What you said is right. Yet we fought about it for 10 minutes.
I did not fight about it.
Oh, don't make this. Don't become them. Don't say I. Okay. Stay away from that word. Okay. Would you say that most women in general are looking for at least minimum these three attributes that I'm going to name? Financial stability, attractiveness, and loyalty.
Yes.
Yes. Most women, yes.
So much progress, man. We had to have a halftime. I had to regroup the team, make sure the heads were back in the game. It was losing track of what the focus was. The focus was to win. I think I got them back on track. And then, was there another question? I think we got him in a good spot right now.
But there was thousands.
This is good. And then, so do you feel that a woman that is single, okay, to reinforce what y'all just said, do you feel like a woman that doesn't lock down what they consider their high value man, is that woman still categorized as high value? Lauren? I know the question, I made it choppy on purpose because I want to make sure y'all stand on what y'all saying. Is the woman that doesn't lock down that high value man not high value? Is that woman not high value? Yes or no? Ooh.
She's not high value.
I wouldn't say no, but based off of what we said.
You should be saying yeah.
Right.
It should be, but notice how you can
Well, no,
change the
I
question.
was going to say no.
Yeah, that she's not high value.
No. Yes, she is, but she did not meet her high value man.
Yeah.
So is she high value?
Yes.
Yes.
She's still high value even though she hasn't locked down her high value man.
Yes.
Yes.
Her high value man or a high value man?
Her high value man.
Okay.
I'm going to be very specific.
So in the same sentence, or in the same breath, we're saying that a woman that locks down a high value man is high value because she locked down a high value man. But in the same,
Her high value man.
okay, her.
I'm going to be specific.
Well, we don't have to be specific. Those three things that I named, you guys all agree on.
A and her is very different.
That's why when you did your little sound for the first question.
Well, those three things that I said that were high value, those are high value, right? Mm-hmm. So why would it be her? Y'all all agreed on it already. You all said yes.
Pertaining to different.
Is your focus more to like show the like diversity in the answer, or is it like
No.
to just focus on your answer?
It's my answer.
Yeah, but you already answered that the three things I named were a thing, and then you
Yeah,
said you
to
keep
me.
saying her.
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, but
So-
we didn't need clarification if it
Same
was
thing.
to
It's
you.
okay. Keep it moving. We don't-
Okay.
Like you're
Yeah.
reinforcing
Yep.
the clarity that it's just you, but it's just like, well, we didn't need the clarification.
Okay, then yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So, are we saying that a woman that doesn't lock down her high value man, is she still high value? Let me ask that one more time. You said no. You said
Yes.
yes, she is still high value. And you said yes. Right. And what do you think differentiates the woman that has locked down her high value person and the person that doesn't? If they're the same person, why is the outcome different if they are allegedly the same? They're both high value women.
The
then Chris, I want you to chime in.
The values that she's looking for in a high value man, the high value man is looking for in his high value woman.
Or her perception of what she considers herself to be in as being high value. If she considers herself high value and maybe is behind on that thinking, she may be like, I'm high value, and that man is really like, you're not. To him at least.
Damn, when Chris talk, y'all ain't got shit to say.
I didn't really understand what he said.
Okay,
to be
come again.
honest.
They need you some clarification. Y'all gonna talk to these
I don't
mics, or y'all
need
gonna lean back
clarification,
like y'all
I
in a
just,
6'4" Chevy?
almost need a repeat. Like,
So,
you
Put that shit on.
I was like, you were way back there. The mic is
Yeah, what
way
the
up
fuck?
here.
Yeah, y'all have to be in the mic.
Maybe every other word.
The mics ain't that sensitive. I know you think it's loud, but you really ain't. You really got to speak into the shit.
It
So-
does, yeah.
if, let's say like a woman says...
Get a little closer, because you're gonna be clear. You're gonna be crystal clear. They're
Let's
not.
say a woman says that she sees herself as high value, and her perception of herself being at her level of high value to herself isn't gonna be what a man receives sometimes. And when he discovers that for himself in her, he's gonna see her as not high value.
So you're saying a woman feels
Her
as if
perception of herself
Her perception is that
is
she's high
dictating
value.
her perception of what high value is.
But the
for
man
her,
does
but
not.
her perception of high value. She can have a perception of high value for a man, like my high value perception for a man is this, this, and that, and the third or whatever. But her perception of herself being high value is what's gonna dictate how that man perceives her, whether she's high value or not.
And at the end of the
If
day,
she's,
he's the one that
because it's gonna,
determines
at the end of the day, it may come off as
What do
you're
you-
lying to yourself.
Is that delusion?
I have a skewed aspect on delusion.
Okay, what do you mean?
Like, I feel like sometimes in certain ways delusion can be a good thing because delusion shows that.
Do you feel like it's good in this scenario? Women being delusional, is that good?
It depends on the woman.
Lord. You sound like Sierra.
But
fucking stand on what the hell you're saying. Yes or no?
No, it isn't. It isn't.
I agree. It's
But
not.
that's
It was a joke.
majority.
You're supposed to laugh.
No,
Majority
I'm focusing
isn't.
on listening to what he's trying to say.
Majority it isn't. But overall,
So I don't ask a question.
overall,
I like you today. You're thinking.
the potentiality for both is always there. Like being delusional to the sense that it's like, okay, I'm the greatest or whatever. I'm gonna be the greatest whatever for somebody, or I'm gonna be the greatest at what I do. In a way, that could be a delusion when you obviously aren't at the time. But if that greatness occurs, are you really truly delusional? But then there's the delusion where you saying that and you do nothing towards it.
Damn, my fucking finger slipped.
I can hold the board. You want me to hold the board?
No, it only goes to here, the host.
That's fair.
What do you feel like is okay? So this is a good question. I think this brings us to our next question. What do you feel like are your top 3 attributes in a high level man, high value, high level, whatever? Sierra, hold on.
Okay.
If you might find your answer in the question there at response.
Okay, true.
That pizza smells good.
Is that?
Yeah, got that shit on.
Is that shit still
Let
cooking?
her answer
Yeah.
that.
No, you first. She needs to think before she speaks.
Ask the question, then what do I think my top 3?
Yeah, what would you say your top 3 things you're looking for in a guy that you would take in hand in marriage?
I didn't hear the last part you said.
Get married to. Not just a little boyfriend would shack up and split rent. Like some of these people.
What 3 attributes in another guy I would look
Yeah,
for?
like what do you look for? What the 3 things you must have, like 3 must haves in your dude to say, oh, he's worthy of marriage? They can be what I said earlier too. Because I'm sure that's there.
I would say the way, and this is like very general, but the way in which one carries themselves, for me personally, is very
Or like hygiene,
important.
clothing, like
Carries themselves. I mean, I guess it
Swag.
can go with like attractiveness, but just more so the way they carry themselves, like professionally, like in just like in life, like how your character, like I think character is a big one for me.
okay. I'm thinking when I hear character, I think like integrity type shit,
Yeah,
like being honest, standing on business, shit like that.
yeah, like the character also like kind of for me like the way in which you treat people, no matter if you're the janitor or you're the CEO, the way that you treat people, like that's a big thing for me.
Okay. That's a good one. We'll come back
Like a
to you.
moral compass type situation.
For you.
That was only one.
That's what I said. It takes a lot to spit off 3, so I said, give me 1, bop, 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 and I'll go back.
I mean, my main 2 are respect and stability because I feel like a lot falls under respect. So
Respect for him, respect for you, respect for others. Okay.
Both.
Just overall respect. Okay. Okay, for you.
I think just letting me feel safe. Not in an aspect of I feel safe to take off work from but like in a mindset
What was that? What'd you say?
not in a space that's like I can take off like work for a week or I don't have to interact with my
Oh,
friends
you're talking about
for a week.
financial safety.
Not financial
No.
safety.
Oh,
I
not
mean,
financial
like,
safety.
I can, like, go about my work day and, like, come home to you and be soft. Whereas, like, I might have to be...
Are y'all
something
going home
else.
hard?
Okay.
No cap.
There's some bun for that.
I know. Right? I guess it
Come on now. There you go. But I mean, like,
Definitely
when like, you're worked up after maybe a shift, or,
Wow.
like, you might be like, eh? Or you might be pissed off, or you are just such.
She means being able to being able to be in her soft woman, feminine.
She's answering
that.
the
Yes.
question. Okay.
But like what she like, I will let her speak for me on that behalf because what she
Was
is.
a group answer.
No, it's not a group answer. But what she is articulating is the point I'm trying to get across without using such verbiage as that. Like, yes, it lets me let go of the masculine energy I feel I have to compensate for at work when I'm at home. That's what I look for.
Do you
If I
see
can
value
feel
in
safe
not
and
going to work?
No, I want to work, but like.
Set up.
It's not a setup. I want
I'm
to work,
setting you
and when I am at work, I feel like I have to be in charge. I feel like I get called names like a bossy bitch or a loudmouth or an exaggerator, or because I voice my opinion, I'm this, that, and the third. Go ahead, press a button.
You triggered my trap card.
So when I come home, I don't want to feel the need to talk about any of that because I feel relaxed. Okay, safe and relaxed, synonymous in that term of phrase.
Okay. Hey, look, I'm all for these answers. Now, I'm going to specifically harp on yours.
That's fine.
Not to tear it down, but I like your response because I think it brings me to my next response when it comes to this. This is why I think when you look for a man that is financially stable, he will be able to relieve you of that turn on, turn off cycle that you have to perfect.
Work.
And allow you to just be always off.
Which means not going to work.
Well, work doesn't necessarily mean work is different in different environments. I think when you're going work to
isn't
pay
always
your
attributed to
bills,
masculinity.
you're different. What you accept at work is far different than what you accept when you don't have to pay the bills. So you will choose a job that makes you happy versus a job that you do for the bread. See, when you fuck with a nigga that's gonna take care of, when you fuck with a guy that's gonna take care of things financially, he allows you to now what? Choose and select things that make a woman happy. So he's due to go out and deal with all that cut on, cut off shit. But look, y'all attracted to guys like that who shut shit down, be boss shit, don't cut it. Y'all be like, oh yeah, that's my nigga. But y'all don't wanna be that. So I always ask, when I hear people say I'm focused or I'm double down on my career, blah, 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 it's like, y'all don't even want the attributes that come with that. Y'all be like, well, I want this, but I don't want to act like this, but I want to be able to turn off at like 5:30 because I got to go home and it's very exhausting. It's like, why don't you assume the whole role? Don't make that your focus. All the bread, career, stability, fuck that. If you focus on just that femininity that you're saying, you will attract that guy. Because he's not looking for him and you. You're looking for what he has. He's looking for something polar opposite. But if you spend 8-10 hours at work, which muscle is being worked? The masculine muscle. And where's the feminine muscle? It's not being worked. Therefore, I'm not saying it's gone. I'm not saying it's trash. But let's just be honest.
Dormant.
If we're not doing bicep curls, we can't expect that our arms are going to get bigger. So if you're not doing feminine roles, don't expect them to get better. And it's a hard pill to swallow that if you're not in a relationship that even forces you. That's why I think women should constantly date, not only so they can find out what they do want, but also what they don't want. As much as those relationships y'all aren't huge fans of or whatever, but like what I do like that you said about that, it's not always the bad from the relationship, it's also the good. So now you know, all right, I don't deal with motherfuckers that do bop, 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 bop. Perfect. So now you waste less time when you find your person. What happens is most people bring that luggage and they keep bringing it. Guess what happens? They start figuring out what they truly want at like 42. And not saying you can't find it. I'm just saying the motherfuckers don't look as good as they was when they was 22. And they don't move as fast. And they're just not getting in the room like that. The Cuba they ain't hitting. And shit just change, it just switch up. And so now, y'all were talking about compromising and settling. The fuck you think you're gonna do at 42? It's the exact definition of what you're gonna have to do. You don't have a choice now. So I think the pill we gotta swallow is like, damn, like if I'm not flexing the muscle of being an amazing wife, amazing girlfriend, amazing woman, and I'm all in these masculine environments, because a single woman naturally is going to become masculine. It's hard not to. You got to go to work. You got to pay your bills. You're doing all this shit that dudes do. But the issue is dudes don't want that shit in their girls, for real, for real. Some do. But y'all don't like those guys. Y'all like the guys that like the girls that be feminine. The issue, how y'all gonna perfect it? They out there getting, they doing their bench presses, they doing their push-ups, they being masculine, stacking their bread. Like you said, I'm not doing that until I get my money up. Perfect. But why do the girls say you sound like him? Y'all say the same thing. I'm get my money up, get my career up. Hold up. We looking for two different things in two different people. Should be saying, no, I'm getting my Betty Crocker up. I'm not hearing that.
Not Betty Crocker.
I'm not hearing that. No, I'm learning how to bake, bitch. No, I'm not hearing that. No, I'm learning how to do, I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing, oh, I'm getting the bag, or I'm getting money, I'm getting stable. Okay. I'm just telling you, we already know it ain't a lot of motherfuckers y'all even like. Let alone they got like you. Let alone they got to be loyal to you. It makes the shit difficult. So I just be like, I think the mentality overall is being optimistic that you'll find that person, but also understanding like, damn, like, if I don't stay locked in on what I'm supposed to be as just what I think would attract my guy, that's why I be asking, like, what do y'all think those guys even want? Y'all ain't gonna, how y'all gonna know?
I mean, I like working and I like my position at work. Mm-hmm. The difference is like when I come home to like that special person is like I want to feel a different way than what I feel like I have to portray at work.
But do you think he likes you being at work, being masculine for 8-9 hours?
I don't think he might generally know what goes on in my work life. Where
You
it's
don't
like,
think so?
Maybe not. I mean, like maybe not. Maybe he does.
Or having a work life in general?
Or if he cares to have interest in like me and his work life, like what his day-to-day tasks and roles are.
You don't think I'm telling you, the guy that you want automatically gonna want that. The guy that you want to care for you is gonna have a problem with you feeling like you have to swing and fight at work. He gonna be like, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you can't hide it from him.
Like, if you had the option to do what you love to do,
gonna be like,
why would you choose
save
work
cattle.
like that?
No, he should.
But I feel like it's also from a perspective where it's like he might hate that for me. Like that I have to like feel like I have to fight every day to like have a foothold in the door. Mm. But in the same time, he's not gonna necessarily tell me, just fucking quit. I'll take care of you, babe. Like it should if he can't, like if he wants to. No,
that's if. I'm talking about.
You was about to give him an answer. I
said,
you caught it though. You caught it.
If he wanted to say that and like put that perspective out there, like it would be a total like if you want, like it would be the choice up to me. Like if you want, not if you want to like quit and just like be a state. No, it's like if you want to. I'm like trying to get my thoughts together.
I'm noticing they're not.
If you're working at the server, but your passion is being a painter, and your man provides you the route to be a painter, why would you stay being a server?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Here's the reality: if you're a top,
it's the dismiss of Chris. I didn't like.
No,
they just automatically was like, no, Chris. And I'm like,
but what the fuck?
No, I understand what you're saying, but that's not the point that I was trying to make. So that's why I dismissed it. Like that perspective.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
If you let her paint, I want to see your paint.
Like, if you're attracting a top tier man, that option for you to not have to do all that at work should be there automatically. And what woman's not going to want that?
I mean,
there are top tier man is supposed to fucking do.
This is my thing.
I'm not arguing
but
that.
I also
so why would you expect less?
But also, we do. I know we're talking in generalities. Yet we do have to realize there are so many different types of women. Yes, in general, a lot of women.
Whenever she start doing this,
it's about to go down.
She in her lane. So go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying you. Also,
there you go. Motherfucker, do that shit in lineup. I know it's a wrap. Somebody about to get cooked.
Have a
whole staff got to go get their drinks. Run your own shit and look. Use reason. I know some of y'all don't know. It's your first jobs, but be serious.
Be serious.
Thank you kindly.
As soon as them hands start doing that, she got her hand around a nigga neck.
But and I know the ones that are going to disagree with this statement. Yet at the same time, there are women that, given the opportunity, even if they're men or their man, excuse me, even if they're even if their man supports Who is hot in here?
Play the rewind button.
It's the men for me.
Rewind real quick.
I feel like no one was gonna catch that until I caught it. None of y'all would until I caught it, but
It's the men for me.
Love a self-aware queen.
Okay, so if the man,
if the man
heard-
at
all
the
right,
end of
heard.
the day affords you as a woman to not work, there are still, generally speaking, you have a good group of women that will not take the opportunity to work. They would rather not work. Yet you do have a group of women, generally, not saying a 0.01% specific group of women that do.
What kind
that hand
of
be
That
on
would
fire.
work.
But what kind of work though? Like, why would you choose
I mean,
to
the
not
work.
work in something that makes you happy?
But this is that no one said anything about not working in something that makes you happy. You can work in something that makes you happy, and it be something that you don't feel like painting. Cool. You have other people who are like, no, I
Painting's
enjoy.
crazy.
Well, that's the example he used
That was
earlier.
just
That's
an
why I
example.
It's
said
so
that.
random, but
I know. That's why I said it. But
Big
glass.
you do have women that enjoy working, and even if they're afforded the opportunity to not work, would still choose to work. I
Then
feel like
do
we
that
focus.
in peace.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't have to be in peace, but I think we focus so
Just
much
hit
Hit
that
the
button.
camera thing.
I mean, not flawless.
Yeah, Lauren, I
It
agree
could fall
with you.
under any spectrum
guys-
of what
Hit
work.
that red button. Yeah, press that.
Don't fall out
All
of
right,
your
you
chair,
good.
please.
You hit it twice. Go back.
Oh, she took a picture.
No, it's just go. Hit again. The red. Yeah, off. All right, yeah.
I just
Work
feel like
falls
that's
under a big
something.
spectrum.
I know, but we're saying work generally, and I just feel like we focus a lot on, oh, well, he's affording her to not work, so like she just shouldn't work, or she should just live herself. And I just feel
It's
like that's something
affording
that
for her to do what she wants.
The freedom.
The
the
freedom.
freedom to be able to
The
do what she
freedom.
wants, which also can be to work. I
isn't
just
always
want
work.
No, I agree. I just feel like that's something that we always like when she was saying like, oh, but if I was given the option, not to work, like some
Yeah,
people
like,
wanna
I do
work.
notice that
You
whenever
may still work,
Right,
but you're gonna
which-
work in something that like
I do
No,
notice
I
girls
want to
always
clarify.
say
Like,
that.
I
Like,
wasn't, I
if a
wasn't
guy,
saying like if I got the
Exactly.
opportunity,
There's
like I
different
wouldn't want
perspectives
to.
of what
I was
work is.
saying like,
we know we got plenty at this table.
well, currently like where I'm at, it brings me like I equally love working there, but it also equally makes me feel like I am in a position where like I have to tell people low key sometimes what to do all the time, whether that's received or not my problem. But so like when I come home, my main aspect, like when I come home to somebody who hopefully is like there and there for me, I don't have to do that. Like, it's not like a lack thereof of wanting or not wanting to work, or if we have the standards that I need to or that I shouldn't work because of whatever. I want to. I mean, currently where I'm at, I like the job that I have. I like doing what I'm doing. Sometimes it makes me feel a certain way. When I come home, I want to leave work at the door. And I feel like the person that you're with can either elevate what you're feeling at work or like just like make
Alleviate.
alleviate that. Thank you. Alleviate that feeling for you. And I think that is more so what I was speaking of as like what I look
like
for
the
in a
aspects
partner.
that come with doing whatever you're doing.
'cause
that come with it. You're gonna feel something eventually.
Right. I
where,
never
you're
want
agitated for the-
someone to say that I'm right just for the sake of saying that I'm right. Like if I'm wrong, like if I'm wrong, especially like if you
come sit down.
like especially
Sit down.
okay, well,
Come sit down.
Please
if I'm
join the
wrong,
conversation.
if I'm wrong and you know that I'm wrong, especially in the sake of work or especially if you know me personally, like I want
Tell
you
me I'm
to
wrong.
But like yeah, tell me I'm wrong in a personal setting, yes, and I will strive to
Not like fava bean and dill.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about me. I said, pull me aside in a personal setting, and
That was
and
crazy.
I know how I
Don't
react
yoke
to
me
those
up at bar
situations,
one.
whether personal or at work. I know if I'm presented with a situation like that, I will strive my best to improve because I know it's a problem. Like that's across the board what I'm looking for. So like it's not this huge negotiation of like. If you were given the opportunity to not work, like if you don't love it, I love what I do. I love where I work.
Can I say something real quick?
Let me finish.
Oh.
I'm
ahead.
not I love where I work, but in the same breath, do I feel like I have to maybe, yes, take on a more masculine role sometimes? Absolutely. I'm not asking for you to talk about all the ins and outs of my workday with me. I just want to come home and feel like I don't have to carry that anymore.
So what's he getting?
That side that I'm not carrying my masculine energy with work at me.
Let me say
because he
this.
don't make me talk about it.
If there was a circumstance where money wasn't a factor, or having the necessity of money wasn't a factor, what would you choose to do? And if that's different than what you're defining the work you do as, that's not what I'm talking about.
Right, it's not.
Okay, but
Like
money's
whether
never
like
not a factor.
if it's
When you have the option to do what
When it's
you want to
when
do,
it's an option,
and
it's a
know that
hobby.
you have something reliable that has you, and you can do that with almost like impunity and freedom, what would you choose to do?
I would still want to do something, whether that be work for a paycheck or work for something nonprofit or something. I would still want to be out doing my time and service.
Yeah, but I think
for
you just made that
something.
assumption that
he's
not
just-
working was not doing anything.
I didn't.
And
You did,
he's
you
just
just
saying,
explained
Because his example was if we're not including money, if we're not including profit.
He's
I
just
said
saying
I
if
would
your
still want to
job-
be doing something.
No, but he's
with my-
saying,
I
are
wouldn't-
you
I could have
still?
worded it a little bit.
I
But
would,
he's saying,
I would
are
want
you-
to just
your
be
perspective.
sitting at home.
He's saying, are you still going to want to do what it is that you're doing?
No.
That you're considering
Yeah.
work
You wouldn't
what
do
you're
your
considering
job unless
work
it
at
was
the
for a
moment.
paycheck.
That's what
Right,
I'm
thank
saying.
you. And who's not doing anything for money unless it's their family?
Well, no,
like as a woman, hold on.
exactly.
As a woman, like if I had the freedom to not have to work as much as I do, I wouldn't.
But when you love what you do,
But
you're gonna want to continue to do it.
Yes, I
You don't
love
wanna
what I
be
do,
taken
but you
from
know
that.
what I love more than what I do?
Y'all be careful.
You know what I love more?
God is public.
You know what I love more than what I do? My family, my kid,
Yes, you should.
who I'm raising my family with.
But you also
There's nothing
love
that
what
matches
but you
that.
also love what
Yeah,
you
but
do.
if I have the freedom, my whole point is if I have the freedom to be with my family and raise my family and grow that, I'm picking that any day, all day. And y'all know, everybody here
But
knows how much
you didn't
I
have
love
to pick between,
my career.
What I'm talking about is if you don't have to pick between one or the other. You have the option to do both.
Would
You're
you
gonna do
still
what you
do
love
that
to
same
do.
thing?
You're gonna do what you love to
here,
do.
we're doing this again.
You're gonna take care of your family. You're gonna be there.
This is happening again.
If I'm gonna be honest, if my husband was okay with it, yeah, I would do both.
That was his
and-
point.
Yes.
If
Yeah,
my
that's a fucking
husband-
great thing.
If my husband was okay with it, yeah, I would do both.
And that means that you're doing what you should be doing.
But how
even
many-
saying that,
but how
if your
many
husband was
men-
okay with it, that's your
How
husband's
many-
okay with it because
That's a
you're
crazy statement.
okay with it.
Okay.
No, that's the
Husband-
point. No, but
No, you're
yes,
wrong.
yes, no,
No. If
absolutely
If my husband
not.
was okay with it,
yes,
it's okay.
exactly. If your husband is gonna be okay with it because you're okay with it. If
He will
you're
not
doing,
be my
you're doing what like you get some
Y'all- I mean, y'all
fulfillment
gotta hear
and
him
energy
out, bro.
from. You're doing what
He's
you
giving
get.
you that male perspective that y'all don't get.
That's fine. I'm
I
hearing
agreed with him.
him.
You know,
Off rip.
what I'm just backing him like y'all be doing each other. What he's saying and reiterating is that by taking that focus of work off of you and telling you to do what makes you happy, that in return is going to come back and feed him.
And you can be confident in
And-
that because no man is going to be able to do that unless he's doing the exact same thing for himself.
Oh.
That's what allows you to be able to do that. That's what allows a couple to be able to have that experience. That's what having
what
a
you-
fruitful
what, like,
relationship is about.
doing what you
That's why I
would-
say having fun. Having fun is doing the work that you love where it's not even work no more. They don't feel like that because you enjoy it. It gives you fulfillment. It gives you a sense of purpose. That's the point. It's not a difficult aspect. That's what we live for. We're humans. That's the point. But finding somebody that agrees with your perspective on that, and then they're also doing their thing and you agree with their perspective on what they're doing, it don't make perfect sense? Or am I going to get an airplane sound or does that not make
hallelujah for me?
the fuck, bro? Y'all make it more difficult than it has to be because we want you to have what you want to have.
I was following from
Cooking.
Nobody disagreed with that. But I'm just saying a lot of people, hold on,
You say that and then the next word that comes out is the word but.
Chris. Well, because you have to hear
Maybe
me out.
and?
No.
Maybe it is.
Because I'm going to be in agreement.
And yet,
That's crazy.
I didn't take my 10 seconds. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's the next question?
Damn. Okay.
for real, honestly.
All right.
Sorry, I just.
Let me grab my other phone. Y'all
Not
keep
the other phone.
y'all keep going on this topic though. This is good. I need some cuts from this. All right. Nobody gonna speak.
Bro, my ADHD already dictated that I forgot.
It's,
I'm playing. I'm kidding.
so crazy. So crazy.
What
I want
is-
to ask a question, but I feel like I'm going to be
Ask one. You
ridiculed.
can ask. As long as you just take your time before you speak.
Like, I know the question I want to ask, but I don't want to be, like, ridiculed for asking it.
Okay,
Just
well,
ask it, please.
I don't
Because
know.
now I feel
Well,
like
now
I
that
have
you
to
If
watch
you
what
may
they
get
say.
ridiculed.
And that's okay.
It's not
And that's
really
okay.
fine, honestly, but
It's just a podcast.
right.
Who's going to see it?
Hopefully, a lot of people
Thousands.
for Brian's business.
Powwow, towwow.
Let me figure out how to word this correctly. So
It's like a million.
bashed in the phone.
Oh my God. Yeah, let's go ahead and
You can go.
yeah.
Well, I was trying to think of a way to word it. So like,
Yeah,
I
get in
wouldn't
there.
get,
Just
like,
say what you
really
think.
Ridiculed.
Get in
Just
there.
say it.
Well, it's just like I'm genuinely asking, like, if a gentleman presents himself with the qualities we think we are looking for, but it is all a facade, how do we then figure out what is a facade versus what is the truth between what men are telling us?
By paying attention.
You don't pay
I
attention.
don't
Actions
think that-
versus-
I-
Hold on, you asked the question.
Well,
you
just
got to let them
it's-
answer.
Right,
It's
but
the
he
mix.
jumped in
I
real
did, I
quick,
did,
so
I
let
did.
me follow up with that.
Oh, I thought you were done too. My
I
bad.
was not.
Okay.
I was kind
Definitely
of.
was,
I
but-
did
I
not
kind of
finish
had
the
a
question
hint
mark.
that you weren't, so my bad.
Well, that question, and then you jumped in with like you pay attention, but it's like I mean, like you're with this person for a long time. Like they're showing.
Ask your whole question.
Okay, they're showing you who they are. That you're giving them situations and chances to prove who they are. For you to them and them to you, they do. So just like where is the line drawn? Line drawn. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Between like what someone is showing to you versus like who they are as a person. And I do genuinely ask this as more of a male perspective because I feel like when it comes down to it, after about maybe 2 months of being together, women show you who they are.
If he's giving
To
you the
their
opportunities
core,
to
still not
have
done.
these thoughts, then you already know the answers.
Still not done.
Crazy
If a
podcast.
woman will show you after about maybe 2 months,
Shit out of me.
but I'm actually honestly begging you to like disagree with me with this. I feel like men will continue a lie until it's almost too late about who they are.
A line or a lie?
A lie or who they want you to perceive
See
them
them to be.
as until it's almost too late and like you've fallen and then it's this whole
What do you
conversation.
mean you fallen?
Fallen for them, like
You're
in
talking
love
about-
with them,
you're talking about
or
men
like
that wear,
fallen
like,
for them,
masks.
like fallen in infatuation with them. Like
What are you
wanna
falling in love? What are you falling?
Falling in
But
love
you're
with,
talking
falling in
about-
infatuation
but what
with,
you're
wanna
describing
see
is a
things,
man
wanna
that wears
potentially
Over
pursue
you,
them.
those fucking headphones.
You're talking about a man that wears a mask.
Down there.
Glass.
Right, so okay. What my question is like, how do you perceive then?
Can you hear?
You shouldn't. You
How do
fucking
you?
shouldn't.
How do you get? Okay, not perceive. How do you get
Sierra,
out?
you got to land this plane.
I am. How do you get out? What is the truth? Is what is versus the facade that they're playing at?
I'm gonna say.
Are you
should-
done?
You
Done.
shouldn't. be
Did you digest?
He did
Take
not.
a breath.
He already had something to say when I opened my mouth.
You okay? Now y'all know how that
wait.
shit feel, bruh.
I counted. No, I did count to 10 before I formulated a
Count,
thought.
breathe.
Counted to 10.
Before I formulated a
That
thought.
definitely
Every
wasn't
time
a
I-
No,
10.
it's not
Every time
no
I took a
10.
breath.
It was
Hey,
giving.
I will
say.
It was giving a
10
10th.
milliseconds.
Nah,
One Mississippi.
Nope. We
It was giving a
It's on
10th.
film from the beginning of
10
All right,
seconds,
well,
not a
beginning of her
10th
thought.
of a second.
Let's take a moment. of
No,
No,
silence.
because I
film.
genuinely do feel like I try to look for the best in people, but a lot of times I'm met with either facade or lies about who someone wants to portray themselves to be. And like, where is the fault in myself for either falling for it or like believing what someone shows up to be as?
Okay.
That's a good question.
Chris, you want to go or me? Who are you asking?
men at the table,
I
which
feel like
just
if-
happens
if-
to be
if-
you too.
I feel like-
Sorry, Ethan. Wish you were here.
I feel
Thank
like
you.
Shout out to Ethan.
Cap.
from
Minutes.
beginning to wherever. In the beginning, I understand
That's
how
what I said.
that is a very, very prevalent question. As time goes on and you choose to like take that leap with somebody,
I just know you hadn't. I know you hadn't long ass
All right,
answer.
all right.
Get straight to this
All right,
shit,
I got you,
y'all.
I got you.
God damn.
all right, so if you have the time to actually get to know somebody and you keep having these thoughts of like, do I really know what it is that you're bringing to me is true? That's the red flag right
Red.
there.
I think
honestly,
that's a fair statement to
That
say,
is.
yeah.
That's if you're asking those questions, then why would the person that you choose to be that person in your life be raising those kinds of red flags?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's I guess natural to have like some small little shit. You're like, what the fuck was that? Like,
I mean, to
and then
play
you find
devil's
it out.
advocate, though, these girls haven't seen otherwise.
That's
So it's like they don't know that that isn't what it is because they don't have anything to compare it that was better to begin with. So I think a lot of it is just,
but also
it's the naiveness, but honestly, there's
actually,
naiveness.
No, I disagree with that because they do. Because the perception that they gave us.
No, but
was
naiveness mentally and naiveness emotionally is two different things.
the man that Sierra just described versus the man that they dictated as being a high value man are not the same person.
Sierra didn't describe a man.
A man that's putting up a facade and wearing a mask and then you find out too late, yes, that's a person.
No, I don't think it's so much a man. It's more so the facade of maybe for some people, they're growing up with their dads. For some girls, as cliche as this is, we
What was
grew
the
up
question, guys?
watching Disney movies.
How to
and
tell if
all
a man
this.
is actually being true to what he says he's being.
I guess.
Is that the question?
No, I mean, like the main point in my question is like,
Point proven.
is like I feel like I genuinely do feel like some men put on a facade almost for too long to the point of no turning back with a woman that they've maybe stayed with for too long when they've known all along.
They just trying to fuck.
But then my question is like, how does a woman decipher between a man
You
who's
can't
of
tell a
high
nigga that's just trying to fuck.
how does a woman decide
think
between a man who's high value and between that because they're both giving the same?
Wow.
A man who's
You
gonna
see?
lie is gonna lie to
Y'all
his
dumb,
deathbed.
That's what y'all think.
No,
you're
that
with
is
for
a
that long
man.
and
That's
you're
what you're
he's
not
your
getting.
man.
Like
Okay,
that
wait,
is
her-
it might not be
age
my
difference.
man, but it is the man that we are
age
getting
difference
this
is
day
same
and
shit.
age. A man
Right.
will lie to his deathbed about what he's going
You
to
dealing
give
with
and
different
what
problems
he's
than you were dealing with
and
at
what he's
24?
gonna give
Yes.
you.
What's so different? Loyalty? You still dealing with those issues?
No, I've never dealt with loyalty issues.
You haven't?
No.
How have you just never dealt with loyalty issues?
I've personally never been in a relationship with somebody who is disloyal to
Maybe
me.
you're just not. Maybe you're not getting in the relationship.
What do you mean?
Maybe you're not in a
I'm
relationship
talking.
to verify.
We're talking about relationships. I'm not talking about
When
people
did
who
it
I'm
become
not.
exclusive? A relationship doesn't have to be amicable to a one-on-one relationship.
That's what I'm
It could
talking
be
about
dating.
because
Well,
that's
you
all
see,
that
this is
matters
why-
to me.
If you've been in two relationships your whole damn life, then how can
I
you say
haven't
that?
been in two.
How many relationships have you been in that were
Layman's
serious?
terms. I want to remind y'all.
You
Layman's
think I'm going
terms.
to? How can? That's not enough to qualify anything. You don't have enough case studies. You have 4.
I have
That sound like somebody's gonna be a
long-term
veteran?
relationships. How many marriages do you have?
None.
Okay.
What the hell does that prove?
I mean, it doesn't prove anything, but everybody's.
Hold on,
speaking
you
based
literally
off
just
their
combated
own-
it, but that doesn't prove anything. Then why did you say
I'm
it?
saying people are talking based off their own experiences.
That's the problem. I'm trying to make you
Why
guys
is that
focus
a problem,
on generalities.
though? I don't understand how speaking off your experiences is a problem.
because
I don't
you don't.
understand
Because it's difficult for you to think about what it could be, what it should be, because all you know is what you've seen.
Exactly. Shoulda,
I mean,
coulda,
At our
woulda.
age, like that.
My
is
question,
not a real,
I feel like
that's not a real
was a
response.
generalization.
We gotta go back
and
to her
I didn't
question.
I was gonna say,
and I
what-
feel
what
like
do
I
you-
didn't get an answer.
Yeah. So
It didn't
Sierra's.
because we started
Yeah,
changing.
Like
let's-
I feel
that's
like
re-
mine's a very
This
good
is all
question to ask
tangents.
with a
you
generalization.
see why it's so important that I'm involved as the host?
Like
Because I let y'all go and I say shit. No.
I
bring it back quite a bit.
I personally feel like, and I feel like this is a good generalization to make, that men will almost wait till it's like the final point to be
Well,
like,
no,
wait, suddenly.
But look, I was
actually
giving you
not
the
all in
answer.
this. Okay.
They just want to fuck. Like, it's really that simple. Like, you may be worthy enough for somebody to keep on deck, but you just might not be enough for them to want to get married to. Men drag their feet to marriages. Women want to dive in them. Women want relationships on the front end. Men want relationships on the back end. I actually value, men will be, y'all have had 3 or 4 relationships. Imagine how many relationships a man has had if y'all got 3 or 4 and y'all want them. These motherfuckers have 1. Maybe 2. Ask a man how many marriages he's gonna be in. 1. It's probably the girl that he's been serious. Guys don't be in that realm that much. So that's why I be saying, like, you dealing with people that don't want this shit you serving. They don't want exclusivity. They don't want to be locked in. They don't want to be tied down. They want options. They want abundance. They want to get their money up, and they say, oh, shit, if I get my money up, then I'm going to attract a badder one, then a badder one. So whatever they're selling you or pushing on you or the agenda that they're giving you, we have to see that for what it is and understand that if a man is still chasing something and he's not chasing me, then I can't be the woman for him.
And
How
I
do
think
you-
her point is in
How do
what
you
she's
differentiate
asking,
that?
I was going to say, and I think what she's asking
Because,
is how do you determine that before you fall in for
Before
them?
it's too late, almost. Because
Falling
Which
needs to be, you need to get that under
Because it
control.
takes
I don't-
time to get to that.
I'm not.
not
That's
falling
what it
in
About
love.
3 niggas asked me a question. I
No,
can't
not
answer that bitch.
No, we're saying the same thing. How do you, like?
I'm
no,
answering your question.
No, yes, you are, but like also like, how do you almost negate that from the get-go to just be like, okay, that's not what that person's about, when they've been presenting that they're in this that y'all
not
are
I feel like that's almost
that
an
y'all
instinct
both
thing.
looking
You have
for
to
the
feel that
treasure.
You're not
connection.
listening.
You have
I
to
am
feel
listening
that connection.
though.
You've asked this
You don't.
question.
But see,
I
wait,
have
actually,
though,
no.
but you don't think that like people
I'm
and men are
answering your
just as
question.
snaky. You
I
are.
thought you wanted the
But
answer.
see, you're-
I
That's
am.
an
I'm.
instinct.
You said you were done.
I was done, and
then
you
you
just
gotta- you got-
just responded,
I never
and I'm saying
finished.
you're saying
never
all
was
he
done.
wants to do is fuck, and all he wants
Right.
to do is this. Do you
And then you felt the
you
need to just
know
stop
how
me
good
in my
men
tracks?
are at hiding that?
You felt the need
almost
to-
better like. Better than fucking anybody at that.
I need
They
a
will.
sound.
They will want you to see them exactly how you want to see them.
Okay,
There is.
let me know when I can respond.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry that I interrupted
No,
you.
it's fine. That's fine.
I genuinely thought you were done.
No, I wasn't. As soon as I'm done, I promise I'll say I'm done.
Okay.
What I was saying is that it doesn't matter how this person started. It's where you at that point in time. You may get an employee that wants to work 500 days at the beginning, but if that's not where they at 6 months, a year, 2 years later, you got to move on from that. You have to evaluate this shit like a job, like an employee. Doesn't matter what he did in the past. If today he ain't ready to have that job, then it's not for him. What happens is when I hear the term fall, I hear emotion. And there's nothing wrong with that, but the unfortunate truth is you become victim to that. And now you no longer listen to what you know is wrong. So I don't think these guys are still conniving and ducking and dodging you. I think they showing you who they are. But once you use the word falling, it hits different. Because he can pull off shit that he couldn't pull off at the beginning of a relationship. Now he can pull off because he got you falling for it. So you got to ask yourself, have I changed because of what he's done? Am I holding on to some shit of what he has done? I'm stuck here now. So I've seen what it could be, and I'm hoping it could still be that. But if it's not that today, then it's not going to be that. And if he wants to change, then let that man switch up and you change. But you have to be versatile enough emotionally. That's why I think it's so important that women have to constantly stay in their feminine, because what y'all end up losing is your emotions. And then what happens is you become like dudes. That shit don't matter. I don't give a fuck. I ain't worried about it. That's how dudes are. So you imagine 2 dudes acting like that. That's why dudes are.
When you're done, sorry.
All right. You just wait till I'm done.
I'm sorry.
So the key is that you stay where you're at. You can't move. As much as it's trash, it's going to hurt you, like all that shit, you got to double down on that, because when you meet the right person that what is 9 times out of 10 what you're attracted to, they listening for that same tune that you playing. When you play that emotion, like blah, 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 you asking him how he feeling. When you dealing with a masculine man, he not going to tell you how he feeling. That's not how you move. He just worried about the bag, kids good, you happy. He might be always sensitive, all that other shit. But when you keep speaking the same language that you speak, it's fine. So just because you did it for the wrong person doesn't mean you change. I don't care how many niggas you do it wrong for. If I'm that guy, you need to be that person for me. So you're gonna have to go through 4. You're gonna have to, like you said, kiss as many toes as you're gonna have to do it. But don't let that limit that mentality or that what they can call whatever that delusion that this next guy is it, because you got to know the end goal is what we're trying to get to. We can't be focused on winning this little ass race when we know the race ain't done for a long ass time. You watch people get married and get divorced. So we playing the long game. Fuck what this shit look like on the front end. So be you unapologetically from day one and don't change on that. So then you don't have to change when it's not giving to you anymore. What happens, you start changing the molding to become what that person does. You start compensating for who that person is. You start changing your molding to become that person. And then what happens? He not attracted to that shit no more. You don't change. Confining to what he wants, what you think he want. And now he ain't on that. Second, bruh, like I said, dudes want abundance. Like, to lock a dude down, it's one of the hardest things to do on the earth. You can't get upset about it, can't shoot yourself in the leg about it. Like, if it was such an easy task, look, marriages would be amazing. Like, all this stuff would happen. It's just the statistics. It's not. It's very hard to keep somebody happy for 50 fucking years. So it's like, we trying to figure this all out in 30 years. We ain't start dating serious till we was like 24. So 10 years, we trying to have 50 years worth of experience. Not gonna happen. So it's like, it's fine. Just like, you just gotta be delusional in the aspect that it will work. And that's okay. But what I see is like, you see delusional in the aspect like, I'm worth X, Y, and Z. Well, it's like, well, you ain't got that dream job yet. Until you get your guy, you ain't got it. So I think it's just like, be overly optimistic that it's gonna happen and just move like that. Like, it don't matter, the right motherfucker gonna see you. Because just as much as you think y'all tired of dealing with fucking dudes, like, it's just as much as dudes that are good tired of dealing with fuck girls. They feel like they wasting their time too. And they start doing the same shit in return.
Living your greatest you.
Yeah, like, if you just move and vibe and just be who you are. Stop being, as I get older, I just be seeing girls just move in such a protective film. Everything they do is so safe.
But how do you differentiate between what's real and what's film?
And
That's the basis of my question.
No, but I want girls to just...
to weed out those people who are not the treasure, who are not the end goal, who are not the
You gotta trust
perfect...
yourself.
But because I...
Okay, but you're the trust of yourself can lead you down to choose who the fuck you think you want to see.
I agree.
So my question is...
Did I not...
Like,
you don't feel like I answered?
I feel like you answered a lot, but not like...
Not hers.
The statement on my question. Like, I genuinely...
How do you differentiate?
I genuinely respect your answers, and I feel like it was very enlightening. I do, but like my general question is like, at point blank,
the goal
between fake and real,
reality.
how do you
the
take
goal
what
is
not a girl, a guy?
The goal
it
is
should
not,
be.
No. The goal as a female is not to differentiate. It's to be unapologetically yourself 100%. And if it's for the wrong person, move on and go to the next one.
And
But what
that's the
I'm
part that
Just
you're
trying
missing.
to protect yourself.
We're not trying to. No, I'm.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
We
By
are
doing
trying
that,
to
by
protect
doing that,
ourselves because we chose to
okay.
love this person or to be in a relationship
But
with
what
them.
happens was that is I don't get the full Sierra that I deserve now. Because you trying to protect yourself from what it may be if it goes wrong. The only way you gonna get the top tier guy you want is if you give all of Sierra.
Okay.
Not
This
99.
is why I asked for clarification.
Separate.
This is why I asked for clarification
Yeah.
because when you said protect, I thought you meant withdraw from that person and protect myself. I never meant it in the sense of like in any relationship I have been in, I have not given 100% of myself. That is false. And if we're going to speak on me, I'm going to say that I have always given 100% of myself. However,
How many relationships have you been in?
I would say 2 very seriously.
And you're healing from one, right?
Right.
So do you
because
think that you would make the same mistakes
because
that you made?
That's
Do
what
you
the
think
question.
that you she would make the
So-
same mistakes
That was her
again?
question.
So you're saying I should give 100% of myself when my past relationship just taught me that even if I give 100% of myself a year into it, I will not meet. I will not be met with 100% of themselves.
Yes.
How is that fair?
Okay, but this is okay.
Not
okay.
yes. How is that fair?
We're on two separate cards
Fair
because
is unfair.
But this is my thing.
How is that applicable to what I'm giving?
has no
How is
value.
how is that
Guys,
me meeting
okay,
my high value man?
okay.
I am a high value woman.
This is my
I
thing.
am.
What he's okay.
I'm losing control.
We're
You're
on two
not.
separate sides.
You
so-
agreed with everything I said until I said,
Yes.
if I'm giving 100% of myself and my past relationship just taught me
and
that,
it didn't
You're
work,
gonna put
right?
yourself in a
that
position
even
for someone
if
to have
I
that
do
end
that,
that
someone
didn't
can
work.
lie until the end all be all.
Right.
Why would I then give
Okay,
my 100% of myself?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
again.
What
I'm
he's
not doing
Sierra,
it again.
Sierra.
What I'm
And that
asking
is
is,
gonna have to get it out.
They gonna have
it's still not the answer to my question. Is
I'll
how do
answer.
you weed out when to give and when not to
By
give?
doing
Can
what
I
you
just
don't
tell you
wanna
guys?
do.
This is
So
what.
we
This
always
is why.
have to give 100% of ourselves to accept
No,
less.
You guys,
because
you
you
guys.
always will.
How is
Because
that?
no, let me answer it. Because
You
you
guys.
just
Sierra,
said yes.
Sierra, you always will because that is who you are.
These are
You
two
are
separate-
always
not who I am.
No, Sierra,
Conversations
you
y'all
are
are talking
always going to
about.
give 100% of you because that is who you are. Despite the hurt you've been through, despite any of that, despite your past, it doesn't matter. You will always. You are going to continue to do that.
Why are you
because
saying
that's who
that?
You are.
What makes you assume that?
What? Assume what?
She's going to give 100%. She just says she's not.
She will.
Okay, this is a weird
Okay,
conversation.
this-
She will. I
Weird.
know
The
she
person
will.
that said they would said they won't.
I said, why would I? Not that I won't.
Okay, so
Which
this
means
is.
you're thinking that you probably
no,
will.
Why would you?
No,
'Cause
I
that's
was
who you are.
asking you from a male
God, this is
perspective.
like-
Yeah,
After
the men are
previous
trying to
thing.
answer.
Then answer.
But we're not. But every time we answer it, y'all be like, "Oh, no, that ain't the answer."
I have a
haven't talked
30-minute
in like
answer
10
to not the
minutes,
question I
literally.
asked.
Because she asked us a question.
Okay.
We didn't talk because we were listening.
It's literally the fact that people are bringing up points and everyone's. This is why we say layman's terms because the conversations are not about the same thing. We are arguing different things at different time at the same time.
No, not that one. Now press that button again because you can record.
agree with
Okay, go.
It's like a question's asked, then something else is answered,
bet that
and then
I
we're
will always give
arguing
my
about two
100%.
separate
You have to say
things,
that.
and that's
I
what's
will.
causing issues. Y'all both are right in different aspects, but you're not agreeing or disagreeing on the
On
same thing because you're
perspective.
not talking about the same thing.
Dude,
when it comes down to it,
when you-
he's saying you have to give 100% of yourself despite whatever experiences you've been through, despite your past, because when you meet a new person, at the end of the day, if you're
deserve
moving,
that.
that's 100% what they deserve. They deserve
that make
the full
sense?
100%. You, despite you being hurt in the past, that is not the next person's fault. That is how
Is
you
that
move.
Apprehension
Agree
is
on?
understood.
It's not hard to agree on. And like I said,
She
I
agrees.
I
She
agree.
is saying
I
it's
will-
not fair.
I feel like a nigga. I can't
I
even
just
say what
said
I want
with
to say.
her.
God
am, no, because
I can't
she
even
ju-
be on the girl's side. I can't be on the guy's side because I can't even get a word in. I can't even
All
finish
right,
the thought.
finish.
Like, God damn.
Hey, but that's how these podcasts go. You talk about that. You talk about this type of shit. It's gonna be like this.
I know, but it's like no one's going to get anywhere if you can't hear what somebody else has to say and understand and take the second to actually understand it.
I let you.
Finish. He was
I
asking
let
for
you.
my reaction, so I was reacting. He
I
said,
let
"How do
you
feel
ask your
about
question.
that?"
I tried to
did.
respond about what needs to take place for you to differentiate.
Right.
I don't know if
I
you
think-
agreed with my response, but it seemed like you didn't, from what I saw. So I don't know how to answer it anymore.
I think one
because
other
I was
thing-
answering. You asked a man. You said I need a man to answer. Then we started answering it, and you're like, well, then you gave me another question. It's like it should be not an open-ended question. It should be a question and then an answer, and it's done. Whatever I respond and say it is, then that's the perspective of what it's going to be. It can't be one that fits your liking. So it's like if I say they just want to hit, done. It's not like degrees to the day. Well, no, stop. Because this is what I mean by the goalposts keep moving. You ask me something and it moves and it keeps moving. I'm like, God damn, every time she asks me, I screw that bitch back. So all I'm saying is like, when you ask me, well, you specifically say, how am I supposed to differentiate? And I say,
You don't.
you unapologetically continue to be you. You know what you did to the last guy? You weeded him out. You just don't look at it that way. But what you did weeded him out because he's not here. So, in my opinion, that's what you're supposed to continue to do. How can you, now you want to avoid the weeding part. The unfortunate truth is you don't get to. Nobody does. There's no way to perfect or find your person by not being in relationships. There's no way to find a man by not dating. I mean, like, don't even think like we could be gentle, relax, cameras, like just kneeing shit, kicking shit. Like, golly, what a pod.
I think one other thing, and granted, I'm not a man, but from my perspective with what you were asking, I think one thing has to come. Fuck you,
Definitely.
I think another thing is learning to be able, which is hard, but to control your emotions and being able, as Brian likes to say, stand on business. So yes, I agree in regards
Who
to
did that
like
deep breath?
Me.
when you
I thought it
are
was
in
you.
a
I was gonna have a
situation
problem with it.
and you
Well,
give your all and
Go
you
ahead
feel
and
as
have a
if
problem with it.
they're showing you a certain version of themselves, and then after you feel like, quote unquote, you've either fallen or you feel like you've given so much of yourself to the point that that's when they then decide to show you who they really are. When you then do see that, even if you feel like it's too late for them to be showing that to you, I think as women as a whole, we tend to, and I'm not saying necessarily you in your situation, but I think women as a whole, once we get our feelings involved and our emotions involved, we tend to give guys more chances to treat us in a way that we already know off rip. We don't
Some
deserve to
fuck
treat
shit.
them.
Y'all be just dangling on some bullshit.
Versus when we see the red flag, you can have all the feelings and the emotions there. That's perfectly valid. But, excuse me, standing on the business of, even though I feel this way about you, I know what you did is not right, and I respect myself enough to not allow that to continue to happen. So yes, I can give you another chance to prove yourself that you actually can do right and be the person I feel like you are, but you just showed me that that's not who you are. So even though I feel the way that I feel, I'm gonna step away because I know this isn't gonna serve me personally.
Right.
Like
Which I did.
I'm sorry.
And I hear that.
I'm out.
And it's just like, where do you draw the line?
I'm out.
I'm sorry to ask a question,
Thank you.
but I genuinely did hear what you said.
Yeah.
But it's like, why, like, so two-part question. One, to the men, why are women always having to give their 100% to everything just in case it
Because
might say
they're-
go up in flames, not done? Second part to the question, if I'm always holding in my emotions and always holding in how I feel, how is that different than telling me to be silent? Honestly, like my emotions,
Don't hold it in.
my emotions and my words, they do not go hand in hand. However, when I finally decide to voice what's going on, it's being told to me as hold in your emotions, like don't let the world know how you feel. Okay, you're telling me to shut up.
Who said hold the emotions? That's the part.
Or check your emotions or control your emotions. How I'm speaking is not my emotions. Quite frankly, in the words I'm choosing, I'm very within my wherewithal of where they're coming from, and it's not
Wherewithal?
emotion based. Yeah, wherewithal, babe. And they're not within my emotions based. If I like,
What is the question?
those were the two questions.
Why
Oh,
does it
damn,
always
there's
have
two?
to be a question?
I said I literally prefaced it would be a two-part question.
She did say two parts.
Okay, what was the question?
The one was why is it always the woman's
That's all I'm trying to
maybe
say.
not responsibility, but like task to always give a 100% and always do this, and it's just like, how many times can we give 100% before it's like, shit, I'm so fucking tired. Like all these, like whether they're giving a facade, whether they're giving a
But finding the
a lie, whether they're portraying some beautiful picture that we might want to believe, and maybe that's on us that we want to believe it so hard. Like, why is it always on us to still, even after that experience, to still portray 100% of who we can be?
That's
who
the
we
point
could
of what
be.
we do.
Because it's a new
And then
person.
second
We do
part,
this
One at a time.
and then second part of that question, because I need to pour myself some more wine.
But just stay on the
No,
first.
'cause I want y'all to think
just
about
the
this.
first
If
one. We
y'all
can't
are-
handle two questions at
Well,
this table.
I think you might need to hear the one
Just
because
one.
it combats the first. If you are
We don't need no combating. We have enough.
well, if you're constantly telling me to control my emotions and to do this, that, and the third with how I feel and my tone of speech and how I come across, to me, how that's perceived is to be silent.
So
Control
That's
your
you, though.
emotions.
the second one.
You're telling me how I come across is
No,
super emotional.
you blew that off. You blew that.
I'm
out
not
of
blowing it up.
proportion.
That is like the
one
sixth
said
time
that.
I've heard
I'm
it
trying
in
to
the
get on the
past
same
2
page.
days.
Wait, time
No,
out.
but you're
time
blowing
out,
out.
time out.
Kidding
You're
me?
blowing that out of
Control your
proportion.
emotions. Are you kidding? Why?
Who said
why,
that? Who said the control? I'm just trying to get on the same
you
page.
just did right now when you were just
In the
talking
sense of-
control your emotions. Ash said it. Everybody's fucking said it to me. Why the fuck?
Fuck it.
Gotta
or-
cut
sorry,
that out.
sorry.
Gotta cut that one out.
Cut that out.
Yeah,
Hold
that's
on, we'll
gotta go.
reloop. I'll
I'm not
say it
in that
again.
Gotta
shit.
go.
My
Gotta
boss.
stand on business.
You can reloop, but I'll say it
Big
again.
business.
My boss told me to control my fucking emotions.
Oh, now see,
Why-
the boss is crazy.
Why is it always when it comes to me and finally voicing problems, it's control your emotions, when reality it is they're just fucking problems.
So for me, that's not what I was saying. When I said control emotions, when I was saying control emotions, I didn't mean in the sense of you need to silence yourself. I'm saying control your emotions
Control
in the sense
emotions to silence is a crazy
That's not-
transition.
I don't think it is
How did you
though.
get there?
Because
That's
it was
not what I
like,
was saying.
it
Silence
wasn't
is
like
silence.
it wasn't like a watch what you're saying, but it was like the way you're saying is so impacted by emotions that it's like kind of like control your emotions. It's
No,
like,
but that's important.
Because I haven't.
do you want me to talk so stoically that I'm just like
No,
feel this
I mean,
That's not what
way?
I mean,
meant.
being stoic as you speak is important, is a key. But like, y'all have to learn how to like. This is how
I
you.
wish somebody would show half the emotion I fucking
I
do
talk?
because I fucking care.
But like the key of what we have to find. Well, you can't hear.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's me. It's me. My feet. You good?
Yeah.
The key is what we
Like
have
control your emotions is insane.
No,
to
it's
me.
not because you have.
insane.
It's not.
It's not. You know where the gray area is? When we're constantly told between take your females are emotional.
Females. It's not a female
Do
thing.
you know what
Everybody's
it's
has
taken?
it.
Everyone-
Do you know how far you've pushed me for you
How
to
did we
tell
make
me
this
to fucking
females are the
I
only
open
person
my
to control
mouth,
this
I
brain?
can
not.
never finish my
I believe
statement.
it.
how I
Because you
feel.
because I'm not
started
gonna get
off
more
on a
wine
bad
because
leg.
I just
Matter.
wanna
Let
leave.
me talk. Respect.
Do you know
me
how far
talking.
I've been pushed for someone to tell me control your emotions?
That's
how far somebody's been pushed.
I'm gonna be very crystal with you. If I had a black son that grew up in America, I would tell him to control his emotions. And it's not personal. If I raise a black child, I'm gonna tell him to control his
When
emotions.
you raise a black child.
It's just what it is. Now you can't dip for the answer, can you?
No, I'm listening to you.
Well, I mean, the viewers don't see you listening.
Well, I'm gonna get more low when I say. I said I'm leaving after I say this sentence.
How we gonna ask the question?
period.
You can sit
Period,
down.
period.
Yeah, you gotta sit down.
That's all I wanted. I asked for it 30 minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Hold on. So I'm saying the
Cover
key
the
is
link,
like
though.
we have to understand like we making things not more difficult, but you got to understand like there's a sense of
A decorum. That
like there's
you abide by.
that's one of them. I mean, being stoic and being under that is one of the most important things, and that type of grace is what you would expect a man to be. I don't think there should be a change of roles because of a gender. So just as much as because you're told that 5, 6, 10 times, guys are told to be that way. There's no world for a man to act emotional and he be accepted.
What about women though?
It doesn't change because of your gender. Stop asking for an addendum.
I'm not.
It's
I'm
not
just.
an
That's
addendum.
what, guys, that's what
It
you're
is
asking when
how
you
it
say
is.
Let me
that.
know when I can talk because
Yeah.
everybody want to talk.
Honestly,
I mean,
please.
I know y'all got to get it off your chest, but wait, one by
not.
one.
I agree.
She asked a question.
I got 30 seconds. So.
Guys, if she's asking me the question, I respond. When you interject, it's not a group. It's I'm hosting the shit and let me talk.
It is a group of
She doesn't need your perspective. She asked for mine. If she wants the D perspective, she'll look at you in your eyes and say, "Hey D, I want to know your perspective." Did she say that? Did she say she needed Dahlia's perspective? Dahlia, did she ask for your perspective? Or did she ask for mine?
She asked for the men, so go ahead.
Okay, so I think the men should respond, no? So I'll let you get to your question. Now, Lord, these podcasts be all the same.
Yeah, bring
I'm
it.
having
Here he
a great
go.
time.
I need your foot back.
Oh, So what I'm trying to be crystal clear on is that you got to understand you in an arena, especially what the situation might be given. You're in an arena. What's she gonna mix the Coke with the wine? This is crazy.
That's what it looks like.
This is terrible.
I just wanted to
This
sip.
pod
I was
is getting
covering,
sloppy.
I was covering the label for
No, I'm
your
just-
benefit.
I thought you were about to pour the Coke into the wine. I'm like, you
Vanilla
got
Coke.
the wine and Coke is wild.
That's what your thought was?
We love vanilla
was
Coke,
that
not
your
a fucking
This podcast is
sponsor,
gonna be
but
6 hours of 2 questions.
So
then
I'm gonna get my.
Then ask another one.
Oh my god! They ask a question. So y'all don't ask questions to get the answers. That's what I'm starting to realize.
No.
All right, who else got a
Why you're
question?
even talk?
Apparently, you have a bunch.
I try to answer just the
Then
question.
answer the question. Answer the question, then let's
I
move
was
on.
answering it. Then you
Okay.
said you don't answer the questions.
Okay.
What I was saying is you guys are in, all a person that what might be happening is you're in a field where men are going to be at, right? Right? And then you might naturally get a response that he would probably tell a guy. Why are we asking for a pardon because of our gender? Nobody's telling you to be silent. I don't think no guy ever takes a boss or a coach or somebody telling him, yo, you got to control your emotions and take it as silence. I think we hitting the gas and losing control on that.
Well, I think those are also very different. Speaking about a business and employees and owners and businesses in like a relationship,
Well, I mean,
are also different.
To be honest, controlling emotions should be across the board, be able to be done and not be taken out of frame.
No, I agree. I'm just
We
saying.
shouldn't
At the
assume
very minimum,
that
being
control,
understanding of your own emotions.
understanding that control your emotions. Guys, this is getting sloppy.
Well, everybody gets to talk, and then when
All right,
I
just
open
pause
my
the
mouth, that shit's
podcast. We got
crazy.
drinks kicking, like this shit gonna look sloppy. Yeah, everybody get your shit together before I'm trying to answer the question.
I went like this to cover the brand.
When you're answering your question, if she opens her mouth and he opens his mouth, you don't say shit. But if
I'm
I open
trying
my
not to
mouth-
do it 10 times. Just to know that if I tell you once, I don't want to do it 2 more times. It's not ideal. It makes the shit look low productivity. So I don't want to do it 3. So if I do it once, save me from having to do it 2 more times. But if it happens, just understand I'm choosing not to pick that battle because I don't want to keep saying it. Not because it's picking on you. Stop taking everything personal. All right. As I'm just trying to answer the question, all I'm saying is if you're in a situation where you're going to have guys around, or that's how guys speak to each other, they might hold you to a similar standard that they do a guy. I guarantee you, you're not the only person that may lose their emotions that they'll tell. They'll tell it across the board. And it's just one of the things that are taught around guys and males, especially in positions of power, authority, and ownership. You are always told to handle situations in a stoic manner and control your emotions. It does never gonna change. As soon as you're responsible for other people, you have to respond that way. It's not a choice. There's no other option. What we saw, that we talked about today a little bit, I'm gonna stay as vague as possible. What we talked about today is a great example of what that shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. So by not handling something stoic, look what we saw. Look what we saw when somebody expresses. We was like, damn, motherfucker, what you doing? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it always got to be handled like a G.
The proof is in
It
the
ain't no other
revelation.
way to handle this shit. I'm not saying emotions don't matter, but I'm just saying, just understand, like, you only as good as your last at bat. So you can't go wild, crazy, or get upset, et cetera, et cetera. It's like you got to pick and choose, and you also have to set the room up, set the table up for that. A time and a place to have a certain discussion may not be the time and the place that you're trying to have that discussion at.
100%.
Pick and choose that. If you want to have that one-on-one, have that at a time when you know the room. We have to be empathetic
Especially when
and
you have the
emotionally
power
in
to do
tune
so.
to say, hey, catch somebody off guard. Let me just have a quick talk with you, man. I just want to holler at you about something. The mood is different. We have to know how to manipulate. I don't like that word, but look, I think it's the best word, to be honest. No. You have to learn how to manipulate people to do what the fuck you want them to do. It's very easy. What happens is our emotions want us to do it this way, not realizing you can literally get any person on this planet to do anything for you. It's just how you ask them to do it. And you might have to ask them 2, 3, or 4, or 5 different ways. But what happened, we get stuck on one way. If I'm married and I want my wife to make me food every morning, and I say, yo, you gonna make me some food? I might not get the response I want. But if I'm smart and I'm not too prideful, I'm gonna say, you know what?
You make me food.
Damn, babe. Yo, I've been tired, man. I love if you know how to make that. There's a way I can present it to get her to do what makes me happy. And guess what? She like, oh, this makes him happy. Boom, got what I done from her. It's just about how you want to go about it. But we got to put our pride aside to get shit what we want. And this is what I noticed. There are some females that get everything they want from men and do nothing simply by their tongue. And there's some women that won't get anything from a man simply by their tongue. It's how you approach it. That's why I'm big on like, relax, stay firm, stay chill, don't trip. Now look, I'm gonna show you what guys do. That tactic is what guys do. They tell you everything you want to hear, just so they can get you to do everything they want. Now why girls don't do that? That's all guys are doing. It's manipulating girls. They do everything. Sit back, front run, give you everything on the front end to get you to do what they want them to do. Checkmate. And then when they feel like staying with you, they stay. And if they don't, they move on. That's the game. The issue is that guys are forced to do it because they learn that's how you communicate with women. If you give them everything on the front end, you get them stuck, you can get everything done on the back end. That's the game. But girls like, well, he been lying. No. He has been lying. No, facts. Let me say that. He has been lying. But I'm just trying to give you the macro of the game. It's like, because he wanted you to do what he wanted to do for a certain amount of time. And then when he wasn't on that, guess what he did? He moved on. Have the same mentality. You got to think like these guys are thinking. So when you become the player, the game don't get ran on you no more.
When you become the player, you get called a tease and a whore and a slut. When you play the rules among men, that's what you get called.
I have a genuine
But then you find the one that's able to maintain.
I haven't.
Okay.
Can you please?
Okay, Lolly, go ahead.
How are you, if you are doing all those same things that men are doing and you're playing the same manipulative game, are you genuinely in your feminine?
Who?
Woman. If we have to play that same game, how is that genuinely being in your feminine?
Are you concerned about winning the game or how you win the game?
I'm not fuck winning the game.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, are we not on this topic?
Why are we even playing the game? How is that being
Guys,
in a
I'm not
feminine?
concerned about what game you think you're playing, what you're not playing. I'm telling you the game you're in. If you don't want to play, you don't have to be. You'll just be by yourself.
Brian.
I'm giving you the straightforward answer. I'm being very honest.
I'm saying
you don't want to play the
women,
game. You don't have to. You just be by yourself.
When you're told to take your emotion.
Did you hear me?
Can I finish? Did you hear me?
Yes,
When
that's
you
why I
are
interjected
told
with
as
the
woman-
game.
Okay, well, pause. When you're told as a woman to take your emotion out of things, I'm for real. I've been very quiet. Let me talk now. When you're told as a woman to take your emotion out of things, and then you take your emotion out of things, and then every action has a reaction. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So when you react to things and then all of a sudden it becomes you're not in your feminine, you're being masculine. What is the gray area of not having to play that?
Do you know there are some girls that don't deal with these issues that you deal with? Did you know that?
What issues?
Did you know that there are some girls that don't deal with the question of whether or not they're masculine or not masculine? Did you know that there is a group? Did you know that there are women that walk this planet that men don't think that they don't have masculine discussions?
Okay.
Did you know that existed?
Okay.
What do you think they possess that you don't?
Tell me.
It was a simple question.
I don't know.
You're asking me a question with a question. I don't like those anymore.
I'm asking you because I don't know. I'm
Okay.
not being
You don't know what a
sarcastic.
woman that doesn't have a discussion about masculinity doesn't have that you may have.
Control.
No.
It's masculinity.
Can I say something?
There's a reason why
The woman is required to be in that.
I thought
You guys-
I was gonna get a reveal.
You're
for that.
sitting here saying take
The
your
woman that has that
emotions
has
out of
trust.
shit. You're saying take you.
Okay,
I don't think
don't
you're
do
taking
that.
the whole. Don't do what?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't take the masculinity out of it.
I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying.
You just asked me, and I responded. There are some women that don't have this discussion. You agreed that they exist, right? Right? There are women that probably don't have that discussion with men. Then I asked you, what do you think those women have that you may not have, or vice versa, right? Are we clear? That was my question. Mm-hmm. You didn't, what was your answer? I think this is where we're getting stuck. What is your answer to a woman that does not have a discussion about being masculine or her feelings? What do you think that she possesses that the other woman doesn't? Masculinity. So at some level, you are going to have to digest that there's a part of you that you don't want to accept that is abrasive to an individual that is causing you to have that specific question or a dialogue with an individual that another woman isn't.
But why is that a negative?
Because it's not working in your favor. If it was positive, then embrace it.
Hold on, because you're taking...
I don't know. Do you embrace that? Embrace the masculinity.
You're taking the connotation with abrasive. Abrasive is super negative. It's so negative.
Is masculine negative in a woman? Is feminine negative in a man?
I think that they can come to
I think men and women have both masculine and feminine side, both.
Like I think.
Are you attracted to men that have feminine features?
I think that
the reality is there's more men with feminine features and there's more females with masculine features.
I think we're getting away from the point.
But like really I'm saying, you're saying that like that femininity with masculine, maybe a little bit energy is abrasive. That is such a negative connotation behind that word.
I don't care how it hits. It's just what it is.
But why is it so negative?
Why? You want me to answer why is it?
No, I mean,
it's
I
just the game.
I know why it is because like it's come to the conclusion like we can do both parts of the relationship and like
no, that's just the men you choose that you have to play both. There's some men you would only play one.
Choose, babe. We don't even have to choose them if we don't want them. It's our pick of the litter at this point.
That's definitely not.
If you're gonna have this self-proclaimed choice that we have between being our most feminine side when we're at home and this abrasive masculine energy when we're
how
at
many
work,
guys have volunteered for you to not have to go to work and be stressed?
Don't need it.
You see, there's your response.
Love work.
See, there you go. There you go. That's my example. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying that is the example of what you're going to hear.
But you actually did say it's wrong or right because you're using
but for the outcome
that
you want, for the outcome that you want, it's not going to be fitting. You can't sound like that and be like, but I need to find. It's two different people. If you want to be like, don't need them,
I want the man
work,
will respect that.
Then you can get them. It's just not the guys you'll be attracted to.
It would actually be if that's what I'm looking for. It would be the exact man that I'm attracted to.
Actually, based on your
I actually do. You don't think I have a choice of what I'm looking for?
No, based on your. You only have one guy that you're going to attract.
One guy?
Sierra.
That's what you just
said.
Do I have
to y'all gonna help me out? Y'all gonna
clarification. You just said there's going to be one guy that you attract. What is that one guy? Okay, type of guy. Well, you want to be hypercritical of words we choose, so.
All right, if we're just going to get back on the details, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Like, I know you know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not re-explaining
I didn't.
She didn't.
Guys, like, then what the fuck we doing on the podcast, bruh? I can't take it back this far.
Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying.
Like, what the hell you talking about? I say one type of guy, and then she be like, well, you didn't say. I'm like, bruh, it's a pod. We know what we talking about. We talking generalities. We should be able to keep up at the pace we're keeping up at.
Well, at some points during this, it's been generalities, and when some points it's been personal experiences. So I'm just confused about when you want it general and when you want it personal.
I don't make it personal ever. I speak in generalities. You make it personal every time. Okay. That's why we're tripping up every time. So stop making it personal. We won't trip no more.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is when it comes to that specific, look, my key focus point of all this is to enlighten maybe what y'all may not know, but it's a very similar response again. Like, I'm not mad at the way y'all respond to it. I just want y'all to know, like, there's very few that agree with what that shit. Girls don't really agree with that. And the few that do, they just understand. They accept the game. They don't try to change the game. Why is it that way? How are we supposed to know? It's like, I think guys, we know, like, as a guy, I'm like, if I ain't got my money straight, bitch ain't gonna fuck with me. Fuck, I wanna change the game? No, bitch, go get some money. I ain't got no fucking choice. If I'm 5'1", bitch ain't gonna like me. Well, I'm gonna change the game? No. Go get some money. Like, I have to just deal with I have to deal with the game. Y'all keep trying to change the rules. Talk about fair, not fair, what I've been through, what I've not been through. It's just the cold world. It's just how it's gonna be. You're gonna get thrashed.
Those things matter to a woman at the end of the day.
You think it doesn't matter to these men?
I'm not saying it. I'm saying it might or might not.
When you put a hyper focus on these things matter to a woman.
I'm generalizing like you want me to do. I'm saying that those things matter at the end of the day to a girl. What you've been, where you come from, what you've been through.
It just as much as to a guy. But he doesn't get to voice and talk about it like that.
When?
He doesn't.
When?
When what?
Like, when does he not get... You don't think every woman that a person's seriously been with doesn't get the opportunity to choose to voice these things to? You seriously believe that?
What's the question?
Like that a woman does not provide a space... Their ideal woman does not provide a safe space for them to come from to.
Yeah.
If you're a high value woman, they don't provide a safe space for you to come to vent all your problems, to talk about what you feel like you're lacking as a man, what you want to improve on as a man. You don't think that the high value woman you want to be with is going to provide that support to you?
Yeah.
Exactly, they are.
Are you speaking from a position of you or just in general?
General.
Okay.
I'm like, hell.
So how good do you think y'all are good at? Y'all think y'all good at that?
Even a high value woman wanted to do that.
Listening?
I've
been trying to speak for 40 minutes.
For a man,
because with a high value man, I would listen.
It's giving y'all not good listeners.
With a high value man, I would listen.
For a man that I'm intimate with, and
it's the switch for me.
It's not a switch.
It's the cut it on and cut it off for me.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm always willing to listen, but especially for somebody that I am looking, Brian, don't. You've known me for 2 seconds, so stop. For a man that I
don't listen for 2 seconds.
Okay, we can go down my track record. We can search through my history. That's fine. You can ask people. For somebody that I am serious about, there is no part.
Guys, you
in
don't
any
get
time.
serious if you don't be who you are on the front end. You being somebody you're not even.
With that person, I'm always who I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You just said you're not. For the right person. That means it's what? It's customized. It's for a particular person.
I said for the person that I am looking to be with.
Did y'all hear the right person or not? Because you starting to retract your words heavy.
I said for the...
You just said it in the sentence. You just said for the right person. I'm going to be who I...
Lost.
Did I say the right person? Did I say the term the right person?
Yes.
I didn't hear that, honestly.
What did you say then?
I said for the person that I want to be with.
That's what I...
Wouldn't that be the right person?
No, not necessarily.
They're not synonymous.
The person I want to
For the person you want to... The person I want to be with.
We both said we always
right
give our
person.
100% to every man, so why is it not reciprocated?
I'm just saying, in my most recent endeavor, there hasn't been a single time where this man has felt like he cannot come to me or he
You
cannot.
don't know that.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Men lie. Ask her.
Okay. All right.
But why? Why do they lie?
understand that.
That was the root of my question.
I
Why do they
understand
lie?
that.
Why
You
do they
understand
facade?
why?
Why do they fake?
That they're...
When they want a high value woman with every fucking woman they meet, why the fuck do they always lie?
No guy gonna tell me X, Y, and Z. I'm like, you just listen to a story of women just saying they lie.
I didn't say no guy. I said this guy in my most recent
Are you missing what I'm putting down? I
No, you're
just
missing what
said
I'm putting down.
exactly what you just repeated because you thought you didn't hear what you just said. I repeated identically what you said. You said the last guy I dealt with could have come to me, right? Doesn't have any complaints about that particular topic, right? And I say men lie, ask her. Do you have any rebuttal to that? No, because everything I said is what you said. Men lie. Is that what you said? All of a sudden, y'all, when I compare y'all two beats and put them together, now that y'all don't talk.
I did not say men lie. I said, why do they do this shit?
Yo.
I said, why? Okay, well, I said, why did...
You're not going to stand on the... It's the no
No,
stand on
okay,
business
I'll
on
take
the
it back.
top
I
of
did
it.
say men
I said,
lie.
I
Okay,
said,
so call
but,
her out for saying
but I
the wrong
said,
thing.
I'm calling myself out. I said, why do men lie for this, that, and the third reason?
Y'all going to help
Very
me out, or y'all just going to
specific.
keep letting
So
me
then
get
that
stuck?
enters. Okay, so
I'm not talking about why men
support
lie in general. I don't give a fuck why men lie in general. I was
Okay.
asking about very specific reasons.
Now the generalities became specifics now that she told us it wasn't once before.
I'm gonna be
No,
honest.
I feel
The
like
same
this-
question is
way
the
y'all
same
are
question I'm
talking
fucking
is so
asking.
confusing.
Generality or
man-
specifics?
I've been asking the same specific
Generalities or
questions.
specifics? Okay. And it was in general,
okay,
right?
about men in general
Okay.
for a specific question.
And-
if I have to put it in layman's terms,
I don't need layman's. I answered your question.
apparently.
So
You didn't,
do you think
but you put it
vulner-
in very vague, hyperbolic situations.
It was stated that
question-
way.
It was.
This is
It was not a direct answer. That's all I'm looking for.
Okay, do we think that vulnerability can be dishonesty?
Not honest.
Okay, when this specific person has been more than once vulnerable completely with me, do we think that's dishonesty? Do we think that's a front? I'm asking, Brian. This is a question.
Do we think
Wait,
vulnerability?
say that. Wait, say that.
I don't understand.
You don't know what's vulnerable to a person.
Until
You just
actually
assume
know.
that it's vulnerability because you deem those things as vulnerable.
What if they're leading
No,
with that?
Stop.
They are leading with that. Men lead with that. I'm
No,
being
no.
hella vulnerable right now and telling you this, and then they'll tell you some
No.
shit.
And-
A dude couldn't give y'all the game if he put $1 million cash with it. I'm literally
What?
giving y'all the answer, telling you how niggas be, and listen to y'all. I'm telling you. You
so
fight me, I'm
lost.
telling you. Y'all ain't even dealing with me. I'm giving you the answer to the nigga that won't tell you. And listen, y'all asking for the truth for how? Y'all don't even want this
The
shit.
truth is they want to fuck other bitches.
I'm literally giving you the
That was the
answer
answer
to the
I got.
nigga that you're wondering why, how could he, why he capping. I'm giving you the answer, the conversation he wouldn't give you. And look,
But I'm not
so y'all
wondering
tell me y'all give a nigga a platform to be honest. How? When a nigga you ain't even dating can't tell you the truth. How the fuck can one that you involved with can?